the mom, I really just take the approach of making sure he focuses on doing his best. He focuses on staying positive and not feeling any type of negative feelings, no matter the outcome. Because at the end of the day, as a player, you gave your best, you did your best, and that's pretty much all you can do.
What's your long dream in soccer?
I'm trying to accomplish being the greatest player of all time in soccer.
How does it feel to watch that from the sideline? How proud are you?
And then when we went to London, what solidified what I'm feeling was when the Manchester recruiter was like, I want him on my team.
Micah's least favorite part of practice.
Taking off his socks and shin guards.
He says no. He says no. He says no.
Just keep going. Don't give up. Never give up.
Thank you for joining the All Dream Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Haas, and today we have another special guest. His name is Micah. He's an 8-year-old soccer player, and his Instagram is phenomenal. The things he's doing is amazing. One of the things I want to talk to Micah about is his mentality. How does an 8-year-old have such a strong mentality? And how did he get so good? So I want to learn Micah's story, and let's bring him up right now and talk to him. How you doing, man?
Good.
Good. Okay. So for this first segment, we're going to interview you, Mr. Micah. Okay, just you. And I have a lot of questions to ask because I seen your Instagram. It's amazing. So what I want to do, Micah, is first off, I want you to introduce yourself to the world and anyone that's going to see this podcast. Okay?
Yes,
Who are
sir.
you?
Hi, my guys. My name is Micah Antwi. I play soccer.
Okay. Awesome. And what position do you play in soccer?
I can play anywhere, but my two very good positions are center mid and right wing.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
You're 8.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
March 14th.
March 14th. Okay. And how long have you been playing soccer for?
Like a year.
What? No way. No way.
Yeah.
No way. No way you have only been playing soccer for 1 year. Is it only 1 year?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes,
Wow. Okay. On your Instagram profile, right, it's 2 flags. Tell me about the 2 flags that's on your Instagram profile.
So it's USA and Ghana, I think.
Okay.
Ghana is the country I'm from. It's a very nice country there. It's in Africa.
Okay. Awesome. And right now in the USA, where do you live at in the USA?
Connecticut and Danbury.
In Danbury. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So you started playing soccer a year ago.
Yeah.
How long have you been practicing soccer?
Like, I practice soccer for 7. I think I've been practicing soccer since I was 7.
Since you were 7?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your long dream in soccer? What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to accomplish being the greatest player of all time in soccer. Winning a World Cup with my national team.
Wow. That's a really big goal, and I love that. I love how confident you said that, because that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you say it, you put it into the world, and you go achieve it. How often do you work out? Like
every single day.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Okay, and then how does that work? Are you doing like individual training? Are you working out with your team? How do you do that?
So sometimes I work with my team, but most of the time I'm working with my dad, doing dribble up, working outside, shooting, dribbling, passing, dribbling through cones.
Okay. And
Stuff.
did your dad play soccer?
Yeah, kind of a little bit when he was young.
Okay.
Yeah,
And mhm.
my grandfather also played soccer too,
Okay.
professionally.
Oh, your grandfather played professionally.
Yeah.
And where did he play?
He played in this league in Ghana, and he played for the Ghana national team.
Wow. Get out of here. and what did your grandfather say about you playing? Is he watching your clips?
Yeah, he's watching my clips. He's always very excited. He loves my clips.
Uh,
He loves everything I do, and that
right,
motivates me to keep going.
right. And your mom, I seen a video. You were in the backyard. I think your mom was showing you a move, and it was like, this is a move I could never do, right? Like, so your mom works with you as well, right?
Yeah, my mom works with me as well. She works with me on my mentality, how to stay in the game when it's not going well, and having that momentum until the end of the game.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely had questions about your mantras, so I should just get into it now. So I seen a game day mantra, right? Uh,
Yeah.
can you tell everyone your game day mantra?
80% mentality, 20% ability. I am always focused. I am always ready. I am different, and I enjoy what I do.
Love it. I love it. I love it. And then you had another mantra where you're dribbling a soccer ball and you're saying this mantra. I'm not going to ask you to repeat that. That one was a little bit longer. But how many mantras are you doing in order, to help your mentality on your way to being the greatest soccer player to ever live?
I read those words so I can have the momentum in the game to keep playing and use it in my head and remember it. And I journal too.
You journal as well.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about who is your favorite players of all time. Let's talk about your top player right now that you are inspired by.
Bukayo Saka.
Okay. Okay. And what position does he play? And how is your game similar to his game?
So he plays right wing. He's very fast too. He can dribble. He can play anywhere too, just like me. So he's very similar to me.
Okay. Is he an African player?
Yes, he's from Nigeria, but he was born in England, so he plays for the England national team.
Okay. Okay. And who is your second favorite player?
Vinicius Jr.,
Okay. Okay. And what team does he play on?
Real Madrid.
Okay. Okay. And your third favorite player is who?
My third favorite player would probably be Mohamed Kudus.
Okay. And where is he from and what team does he play on currently?
So he plays for West Ham United, and he's from the Ghana national team.
Okay, so he's from Ghana as well.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Have you had a chance to meet any of these guys?
No.
No, no. Okay.
But
Go
in
ahead.
England, I sat where Bukayo Saka sits before a game and took a picture of it in my Instagram, and I said in all of their cheers to Arsenal team.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I also want to ask you about you went to England for what? You were chosen for what is it? Real Madrid youth, and
Yeah,
you went over to England.
yeah.
So tell
This
me about that. Tell me about that. Tell me about that process to get chosen to play for one of the biggest youth clubs in the world. Hi. Thank you for joining the All Dreams Sports podcast. which is sponsored by All Dream Sports mobile app. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It's for athletes to capture their complete sports journey in one dedicated place. Capture it, store it, build a community, and earn money with All Dream Sports. So if you have hundreds of videos on your camera roll that no one's ever going to see of your child's sports journey, you can organize it with the All Dream Sports mobile app. But that's not it. You can also have your child athlete build a community of people that's going to subscribe to their Dreamers Vault. And anytime someone subscribes to your child's Dreamers Vault to watch their complete sports journey, your child earns money. So you can use it for fundraising as well. Tell me about that process to get chosen to play for one of the biggest youth clubs in the world. How does that happen?
It was about me training, journaling, going to sleep, thinking about it when I was going to sleep. I was repeating words before I go to sleep, and whatever you think in your mind, it will happen. It will come true. My mom told me about that.
Awesome. And how long have you been using that skill to get you to where you want to be?
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Awesome. How did you just start playing soccer? Like, what made you say, hey, I love this game and I want to play this game and I want to be the best player ever?
Well, I had a lot of energy, and on the TV, I saw my dad watching soccer, highlights of Kylian Mbappe. So I decided for him to get a net for me and a ball, and I was very good on the ball before I started playing with the Danbury Youth Sunday trial, and I always played for him.
Okay, so when you first started a year ago, was it a lot of natural ability that you had?
Yeah, I was very talented.
Okay. And if you could play for any team, what team would it be?
Like right now?
No. When you become a professional, what team
Chelsea,
is your? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Chelsea FC.
Okay, and where is Chelsea?
So they're in the Premier League. They're right now second in the Premier League behind Liverpool.
Okay.
I think they can win the Premier League. They have a potential. They're from the UK.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's the difference? Okay, so tell me about the Premier League, because I'm here. I'm learning from you. Okay, I'm a former basketball player, so I don't know much about football, right? And how it goes. I know about the NBA. I know about college basketball. I'm here to learn from you about how the Premier League works. How do you get to the Premier League? What is the steps to get to your dreams?
All right, so you can either get relegated or you can either get moved up. So if you're in the bottom three of the table, you get relegated, and the top three get moved up, and then there's points. If you there's points. So if you could like basically you can get to the top of the table. If you're on the top of the table with the most points, you win the Premier League. And then if you're second place and third place, you don't usually win the Premier League, but the bottom places get relegated and the bottom divisions go up to the Premier League.
Okay.
So you can also go through an academy. The academy is where is the under part. There's under 19s, under 18s, under 23s. So those are usually how you get into the academy, and then you go into professional league if you get picked and you're good.
Okay. So at some point, you're going to have to leave Connecticut and go to the UK or Spain. I know that what's the guy's name from Argentina? Messi. When Messi
Yeah.
was younger, he went from Argentina, and his family had to move him to Spain, right?
Yes.
So you would have to do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, Now let's talk. I seen a video on Instagram, okay,
Yeah.
and it was the regional championship, the United Futsal.
Yes.
Okay,
United Football.
okay. How many was that? A clip of one game?
Yeah, it was 7 goals.
So okay, so you know exactly what I was going to ask. You scored 7 goals in one game?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wow. How did that make you feel?
Make me feel good and had the momentum to keep going through the whole tournament.
Okay, and then did you guys win the championship, or what was the results?
I think it was second or third. I'm not very sure.
Second and third. Is 7 goals the most goals you've ever scored in a game?
Yeah, I think so. No,
Okay.
actually, there was this EC tournament where I had like over 10 goals. I'm not sure. I was scoring every second, taking the ball away from the defenders.
Wow. Wow. And before every game, you say these. Did you say your mantra?
Yes, every game I say my mantra before.
Okay.
Yes.
What does your mom feed you?
So
Like,
my mom feeds me protein cookies. She gives me a lot of protein like meat, eggs. I get a lot of protein. I feed very well. Yes, sometimes I can have a sugar because I'm still a kid. I don't really eat junk a lot. I don't
mhm.
think it's good for me, especially the night before a game.
Okay, okay. And if you were to get a sponsorship from any brand, Nike or Adidas, what would be your brand that you would love to partner with?
Nike and Gatorade.
Nike and Gatorade.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. How many in the year or year and a half you've been playing? How many MVPs have you gotten?
Um, a lot of them.
A lot of
Yeah.
them. Wow, man, you are really amazing.
Thank you.
Let's talk about school. Let's talk about school. How do you do in school? I'm sure you do very well. You probably like what grade are you in?
I'm in third grade.
You're in third grade.
Yes.
Okay, you're in third grade, and do you like school? How do you?
Yeah, I like it. I'm in the top of my class. I get the highest grades.
Okay,
I do
okay,
fourth or fifth grade.
and what's your favorite class?
My favorite class is gym.
It's gym. Okay, do you get a chance to play soccer in gym?
Yes, in the springtime.
Okay, and what do your friends say about your skill set and your ability on the soccer field?
They always mention me. They like my skill set and ability. They're always searching me on Google. Like, hey, look, Micah, Micah, Micah. All there.
Yeah, awesome. How was it training with your mom?
Training with my mom, I like it. She motivates me to keep going. With my mentality, if I miss a goal, I keep going. She says, "Come on, let's do it again. Let's do it again," and I
Mhm.
just keep going and going and going.
Okay, and okay, you're 8. It's a 5-year-old that's watching you, right? What would you tell the 5-year-old, like as far as the things that you're training on and how to get better? Because I've also seen a video you were saying that because your left leg, right?
Yes, sir.
I also seen a video where you were saying you were working on your right leg. What are the things you do in order to work on your right leg to get your right leg just as strong as your left leg?
So with dribble up, I do right foot sessions and try to dribble with my right foot. It's hard but I've been getting my right foot to, and it feels like my left foot now. So it's actually really good. I just need to
Wow.
work on the footing with it.
Okay. Okay. Wow, man. How was that trip to the UK for the Real Madrid youth?
It
How
was
was
a
it?
long trip. It was
Huh?
a very long trip. It was like I think it was. I think it was. I'm not sure. So I think it was 7 to 8 hours to the trip, and
Mm-hmm.
then I stayed there for 2 weeks,
Oh, you were there for 2 weeks.
and I got an MVP there too.
You got an MVP there too.
Yes,
So how many games did you play while you were out there?
I think it was like 10 to 11.
10 to 11. And how was
Yes,
in this? It's like a competition where people are young guys just like yourself are coming from all over the world, right? How did
yes.
how did you feel that you matched up with everyone else?
I played up more.
You played up more. Okay.
I played U11, U10.
Oh
The
wow.
older.
So
Yeah.
you played against older guys and you still got an MVP?
Yes.
How many championships has has your team won with you being on your team so far?
Like every tournament we win with my team getting, not every though. Sometimes we need to learn how to lose. So I keep my team going even when we're losing. I keep them with the momentum and and the mentality.
Okay. Do you go back to Ghana often?
Nah, I've never been to Ghana.
Okay, you haven't been yet. Okay. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that your family will be planning
Yeah.
to go and so you can play in your home nation. Do you plan on playing for Ghana in the Olympics one day?
Um no, I need to play for USA. Ghana have been having some problems where it's this side that trains for, this side is the other team that trains for. I don't want to go through that. Maybe if they fix it a little bit, then I can maybe play for Ghana. But right now, I'm focusing on the U.S. national team.
You focus on the U.S. national team.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Could I have another interview with you at some point?
Yeah. Yes.
I
Absolutely.
like I just really want to follow your progress. Like I just think
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
you're amazing, man.
Thank you.
Like really, I think you're amazing. I just really love watching what you're doing, and man, I just want to continue to follow your journey.
Thank you so much.
Anything else that you would like to say to anyone in the world watching this?
So I have two things to say. I would say if some people are watching you right now and you have sports and going through a tough time, just keep going. Don't give up. Never give up. And I have another thing to say where a Manchester City recruiter took notice when we were playing the Manchester City pre-academy for the Manchester City scout there. And he wanted me to be on the Manchester City pre-academy, but since I didn't live there, I couldn't join them. And
Okay,
I always
okay.
have fun.
And so how did that make you feel? Because I'm sure that's
Um,
something that you wanted. Is that something that you probably wanted to do?
yes, very much. I kept asking my parents. They said no because we didn't live there. So unfortunately, we couldn't go there.
Right. Okay. Okay. Awesome, man. Okay, so that this segment was the "We All Have Dreams" segment, and I think we know exactly what your dream is to be. Well, you said it is to be the best soccer player to ever live, and
Yes.
you will do that. I love it. Now I want to talk to your mom. Okay, so we have another segment. It's called Meet the Parents. Okay, and then we
Okay.
have one more segment. We're going to bring both of you back, and I'm going to ask you questions about your mom, and I'm going to ask your mom questions about you. And the winner will be the person that answers the most questions about each other. Okay. So let's talk to your mom, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you again for coming on, Micah.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'm sorry. Quick intermission again, because I want to tell you about one of the services we provide at All Dream Sports. So I see all of these great athletes on Instagram. The highlights, the things that they're doing is so great, but I don't know who they are. There's just so many, and I want to know who they are. I want to know their story. All athletes right now are just getting very, very good, and it's very, very competitive. And we believe at All Dreams that the story of an athlete is going to be just as important as the performance on the field or on the court. And we want to give your child their first documentary covering their story, sort of like we did with Angie right here. I want the world to meet Angie. She is a 14-year-old girl from Cartagena, Colombia, and her dream is to become an Olympian. We met Angie in February of 2023 while she was training in the Crespo area of Cartagena. Angie is trained by her father, Jorge. He has been training Angie since she was around 7 years old. Together, they work hard every day to achieve the dream of Angie becoming an Olympian. If you're interested, please set up a one-on-one with someone from All Dream Sports, and we would love to do a documentary about your child's sports journey and the things that they're doing. A day in the life. Back to the episode.
Now we're going to move on to the Meet the Parents segment, because it's something behind Micah, and it's his parents that is driving him to be as great as he is already. So we're going to bring up Micah's mom right now, and we're going to talk to her. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. So we're on to the Meet the Parents segment, okay? And in this segment, we talk to the athletes, mom or dad, about the athlete, which is Micah, okay? Micah did a wonderful job. He's amazing.
Thank you. It was his first time, but
however, he's talked a lot about you and mantras and the things that you guys are doing together, because this is a journey that you guys are on together. And I would love for you to introduce yourself, and then we'll go from there. And I'll start asking you questions because I want to learn.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Mame. I am a mom of 3. Micah's my oldest. I have 2 little girls, and I'm a nurse as well as an entrepreneur. And I do have a background in fitness, so probably why all my kids have so much energy. But yeah, so now partly or full-time soccer mom at that, because Micah plays for 3 to 4 teams. But yeah, here we are.
Awesome. Okay, so I was so surprised first off when I asked Micah. I said, "How long have you been playing?" And he says, "A year." And I'm like, "No." In my head, I'm like, "No way." Because I'm looking at the videos and I'm like, no, he has, like, he had to have a soccer ball when he was born, like right there in his crib, right?
Yeah, he did, but he does get that a lot. A lot of people say that. A lot of coaches, a lot of other parents, especially before it was a year as of this past September. So they always like it couldn't have been 10 months, 11 months, or even when he started within 6 months, they were like, no way. He did have a soccer ball, but he had a baseball, he had a football, like all babies. You kind of introduce them to everything. So we didn't pick up on soccer until much later.
Okay. And now that he's playing soccer, can you just tell that he just completely loves it and he's just completely focused on soccer?
Absolutely. He has it as the real deal. Kids get in sports just to be in sports, to learn certain aspects about themselves, teamwork and all of that. But for him, he visualizes like a much longer track. And I think that's what started as putting him in soccer a year ago. He would, kick around the house and with his little lefty, he would play around in the backyard, but he started talking as a 5, 6 year old about playing on a soccer team one day. It wouldn't be, I want to play the local. He was like, oh, I'm going to be like Pele, or like he was saying things like he was already playing and he had goals. So we decided to, like, let him join the soccer team since he talked about it so much and he was always watching it. He had a phenomenal understanding of the game. He would be like at 5, 6 year old saying, why is the ref not doing that? That's a corner. And we were like, whoa. So a lot of it naturally kind of came to him. So yeah.
Yeah. So is it naturally his understanding of the game?
I honestly think it starts with his understanding of the game because he understood the game very well, way more than me. And I played a little soccer in high school, but he understood the game at an incredible level before he even joined the team. So when he
Right.
joined, I think even though it's kind of backwards, it helped him versus having to teach him how soccer worked. It was just a matter of now I'm actually on the field because he already knew how it worked.
Right. And that's like a gift because
It is.
so me personally, like I played basketball, Division 1. I played a little bit in pro in Argentina, and one thing when I got to college, it was all about film, right? Where we had to dissect different different elements of the game, and I was 20 some odd years old when I'm doing this, and he's 8. He started when he was younger than that to have a supreme understanding of the game. So that just has to be a gift.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we say. At first it was like, oh, he's talented. And I was like, no, it's a gift. And I guess that's where I come in with like really trying to keep him focused and at a certain level because I want him to enjoy it. And in order to do that, he has to be in the right mind space.
Right. So, all right, I just have so many questions to ask. I really do. Okay, so Mike is 8. What's the path for Micah? Because he didn't say I want to be a pro. He didn't say that. When you talk to young people, they say I want to make it to the NBA. I want to make it to the NFL. The key word is make it.
Yeah.
Micah says I want to be the greatest ever.
He's already made it in his head. Like that professional track is like automatic for him. And
Right.
it was scary at first because he doesn't speak like, oh, I want to join this team one day. He's speaking like, well, which one of those managers am I going to go with when they come for me? Whose contract am I signing and how many years? Or with the U.S. national team, he knows the young, like Freddie Adu was the youngest to ever sign. And Freddie Adu is Ghanaian. And at the time I was in high school, I forgot all about that. I didn't know he researches. If he's not playing, he's like on a computer researching. And he's like, did you know Kevin Sullivan beat his record by however many days because he's also 14 and 200 and such and such. So he had that part down pat, right? So for him, he's already going to get there with these guys. But it's just a matter of him putting his terms and conditions together. That's why he speaks like, oh, I'm going to be the greatest ever, because that pro for him, it's not really a dream. It's more of a goal, like a short-term goal or breaking records as a youth.
Right. Right. And how do you help him along on that path to get there? As a mom, what's your strategy to support him to get to being the best ever?
Right. So as a mom, because obviously dad is also like coaching him at home. So as a mom, it's an overall approach. But I tend to focus more on the mentality side of things. And that's why mentality is in every 2 words he says, because as long as he's having fun, I know he's going to thrive. So I don't ever want him to take the fun out of it. And I don't ever want it to feel like work. And at the same time, as good as he is, in the beginning, he would feel down if his team would lose. He would feel, so I was like, okay, listen, you're great, but you can only contribute your best to your team. You have to be okay with it, with the outcomes not always being, your way. So I'll show him his favorite players, and I'll show him games they lose. I'll show him awards they don't get, like how Vinny didn't get the Ballon d'Or, and it was like a whole upset. So I show him these things. So as a mom, I really just take the approach of making sure he focuses on doing his best. He focuses on staying positive and not feeling any type of negative feelings, no matter the outcome. Because at the end of the day, as a player, you gave your best, you did your best, and that's pretty much all you can do.
Right. Awesome. Awesome.
And his nutrition. I'm big on his nutrition.
And what's your background with the sport?
So my father played in Ghana. I think he was retired when I was either a baby or before I was born, but I grew up watching tapes of him, seeing like articles in our house and things like that years ago. But so, and then all my brothers played. My youngest brother, actually, I lived in California when I moved them to me, and we were moving back east because I was about to get married, and his coach was about to kill me. Like, you are going to ruin his life. We need him here. Like, he was actually on the track to go pro. And at 13, he went and tried out for DC United, but he didn't have the passion that, you know, this one is displaying. My other brothers, too, they are all pretty good at soccer. So it's definitely a genetic thing. My husband also played, but I played for a short time in as a freshman in high school, but I quit to be a cheerleader.
Okay.
But nonetheless, we all have that, you know, that background in it. So for him, it's just a little more of he's like everything that we have, time to the 10th power, as far as like passion and the
Right. It's, yeah, because I seen the video. Like you had a pretty cool move, and you were showing him the move.
That particular day, I was just, you know, trying to show him that, you know, you think you good, but mommy can teach you a little thing.
Right. And are you originally from Ghana as well?
Yes, I was born in Ghana. I moved here around fourth grade, fourth grade, yeah.
Okay. And you guys are like based, he said based in Connecticut.
Yes, we're in Connecticut.
Is it close to New York City?
Yeah, we're actually in western part of Connecticut, so it's only about 55 to an hour out of New York City. And my husband still works in New York City, so he drives there.
Oh, okay. So he goes into the city and comes back.
Yeah, a couple of days a week. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I have to ask you about the mantras. Where did that come from, and how long have you guys been doing it for? And any suggestions for any other parents? Because I just think it's amazing. I've never seen it before, and I think almost every athlete should be implementing something like this, or parents should be implementing to their child.
Agree.
So tell me where it came from, and you know, how did it happen?
So I learned late in life, and when I say late, I mean like in the last 5 years, right? The power of the mind, and you know, you hear things like manifestation and this and that and the third, and we throw it around, but what does it really mean? So I think in the year between 2019 and 2020, I read about 50 books on the power of the mind by like various authors. That still holds true to this day. Some of the best-selling books about just how we have to like trust ourselves, believe in ourselves, and think the positive things, and you know, turn away from the things you don't want. What you focus on, it's literally what happens. So if you want the positive, focus on the positive. And I saw that in my own life to really be true. And overall, it just makes you happier and more at peace to just have that mindset. So after finally unlearning everything I was taught, and you know, just conditioning myself differently and wiring my own mind differently, I told myself like all my kids are gonna get this early, because I probably would be so far off, you know, and far better than whatever I was at 20 or at 18 if I tapped into this early. And I know at one particular book, I can't think of the author right now, but he says, show me the man before he is 7. I mean, show me the boy before he's 7, and I'll show you the man, saying that all our actions are really guided by our first 7 years in life. So we're on autopilot. Our subconscious mind kind of just drives everything from there. So from the people you choose to date, your friends, your circle, it all comes from, that's why you see, and not to, you know, go too far off, but let's say somebody dates somebody who abuses them, and then their father or their uncles were abusive, right? Of course they don't want that, but subconsciously that's what they're wired to attract, and that's what they're conditioned to be comfortable with, so to speak. So just having that knowledge in my back pocket, I was like, okay, I think at the time Micah was like 5. I was like, I got 2 years to get you into, to get you, put you on game. And as kids, you also already know your kids' weaknesses and strengths. Like my girls are like this. Micah is very emotional. He's very sensitive. On the pitch, on the field, when he's doing his thing, yes. But he's the type, like if I scream at him, he'll just have tears. With my girls, I might have to do a little pop pop. Like they're tough when it comes to things like that. So knowing his strengths and weaknesses, I decided to target that because I don't want him, even out there, like another player would say something or shove him, he'll never shove him back. He'll never say anything back. And he just takes it and then he's just broken. And I don't want him to have that because it'll hinder his progress and his journey, especially with, what he's chosen to do. You're going to have to deal with people. You're going to have to learn things that are uncomfortable, deal with uncomfortable situations. So I use that approach to really start him on affirmations, and that's one aspect of manifesting. It's not the only, but we started with affirmations and he would say certain words. So we'll say a prayer at night and then I would say, okay, say your affirmations. Then he started writing them down. So even going to London before every game, he said, I feel better when I write down what I'm going to do. Oh, I wrote down I was going to score 3 goals. I scored 5. Or, like he would he'll write down, I'm going to have a great attitude no matter what. So when things don't go his way, he just remembers like, I did promise myself, I wrote that down, I have to do it. So he holds himself accountable to just being a better human overall, not even just through, just in soccer. So the mantras and the affirmations, like it's ingrained in him. So where during a game, and then some of the moms didn't know till, later they would ask, I would say 80%. I don't have to say nothing. When I say 80%, he knows 80% mentality. And he knows I say 80% when I see that he's like hard on himself, giving up, or something happened. I can always tell when his head is not in the game. So I just got to say 80 or tap here. And then all of a sudden he'll like, and then you'll just see this machine again, right? Just go at it. Because a lot of what they do as kids, and other soccer moms could probably relate, it's mental. Your child could be so good, your child could be just average, but with mentality, it leads them to be confident. You can see an average kid running around busy, looking like a star player because they move with confidence. So it's not always about my kid is so good or so talented. It's not about that. It's just having them play confidently and doing their best. Whether they kick a ball, if they don't touch a ball, they don't get just stay busy. I always say stay active during his games. Just stay busy. Be ready for a pass. Be ready to, if somebody gets hurt, hey, buddy, are you okay? Be the one to show that. You know what I mean? It's more than just your child displaying their talent. It's all from here for me, mentally, just so they could just be overall good human beings.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Because we always hear about like the Kobe Bryant mentality. We've always heard about that. But to have it at between 5, he's 8. Mm-hmm. Like it's going to help him in light years.
Yes, exactly.
Mentality right now, and having the mantras, that 80% mentality, having it ingrained in him right now, it probably puts him mentally ahead of guys that are 20 right now. like seriously, it's such a gift for you to apply that right now to before now, but it's ingrained in him now, and it's just going to continue to go on his career. Wow. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, how does it feel to have a phenomenon kid? Okay, then we talk, the mentality. How does it feel to, I watched that video and I'm thinking I'm looking at it, I was like, okay, all of the jerseys are the same. This is from the same game. That's like, he just keeps on, he just continue to score. He scores. How does it feel to watch that from the sideline? How proud are you?
Oh my, let's just say I lose my voice a lot. But I'm starting to learn how to chill because now I'm getting used to it. I started out as like his number one fan. Like, is that even my son? When I first took him, my husband had to work, so I first took him to the Danbury rec soccer, right?
Mhm.
By his third practice, the director came up to him and was like, "Are you Micah's mom? I'm sorry, but he doesn't belong here. I'm going to give you a number. There's a field a mile and a half down. Go to coach such and such for the travel team." And I'm calling my husband like, "He just started playing soccer. What do you mean?" He was like, for his age, whatever, like, I would not be helping your son out if I just keep him here. As much as I love him to be here, he doesn't belong here.
Right.
So we took him there, and the coach kind of just threw him in, and within like 30 seconds or so, touch, scored. Coach is like, he called him back. He's like, "Who is this kid?" He's like, "Talk to the mom. She's right there." And then he's like, "Where has he been? What team is he coming from?" I said, "He doesn't have a team. He just started. So, and I still get tears just thinking about it because it was so emotional. He was like, "Well, you see that field over there?" So they were just promoting him in one day. That's a travel team. Go ask for coach such and such. Tell him to put him on the team right now. You got to order uniforms tonight. There is no tryout. He needs to be.
Yeah.
So we went over there. He got in there. Boom, boom. The coach is like, "Oh yeah, we got something." Like they were so excited. Yeah. So that started making us feel like, okay, this is the real deal. I guess like he's not just like a lover of the game. He has great potential. So let's see where it goes. And long story short, he didn't last there because they ended up taking him to trial for the local academy. And then that's where he's played for the past year. And during that time, with his performances, other coaches, approached him, and my husband can't say no. So he ended up playing for like 2-3 teams at the same time. So we do soccer 7 days a week because he has practices here. He has one tonight. He has one tomorrow. And then he has games on the weekends and a lot of times traveling. But to answer your question, it feels amazing. I'm not shocked because I know his potential now, and I see, where he's going.
Mhm.
But there are times where, like my brothers would be like, "See, we didn't take it seriously, but he's doing it for us. We got one. He's definitely pro." Or somebody would text me, "It's like, oh my gosh, I just came across your son. This and that. He's this, he's that." And then when we went to London, what solidified what I'm feeling was when the Manchester recruiter was like, "I want him on my team." And he loves Manchester's academy and Chelsea. Those are the top two. He say they're the best in the league. He does his research. So he was kind of bummed out. I'm like, we can't just up and move to London, but it's great confirmation as parents. Like, it feels amazing to know that anytime we decide to pack up and go, he's going to be, somewhere great. And now he's on his way to New York Red Bulls. Actually, never really said that to anybody, but they just scouted him recently. So that's his next level.
Wow! Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations to him and you guys. When you go to when he's picked for the Real Madrid youth thing, and you guys go over to London, is in your mind you're saying, okay, well, I know my kid is good locally, like I know he's going up through the ranks, so now this is another level. Let's see what happens here, and then it happens there too, right?
Yes.
he's still above the normal player. How are you processing that?
That experience, that trip is what made me know, like, okay, I got the real deal. Because when we were going, at the tryouts, like I was like, okay, he's doing his thing, and they didn't want to say anything right away. So the coach kind of winked at me like, no, he's coming to London. He's gonna get selected. So we got the email like within 2 days, like, "Hey, congrats, your son's been selected." Boom, boom. When we get there and they decided to play him up, I got kind of worried. I'm like, well, he's comfortable. He's showing out his age. Right? You got to go play him up and challenge him with these big old kids.
Right.
And he was going through them. Mm-hmm. He held his own and ended up winning the MVP. So then for me, that really felt like this is the real deal. Like, we came back with that confidence. He's confident enough, but I'm confident that my son knows what he's talking about. So whenever he like says his dreams and his goals, there is no more like ha. It's more like, yes, you are going to do that, because everywhere you go, you prove yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And he has an amazing family behind him, which is so
Thank
key
you.
to it, right? Uh, you have a couple. I have maybe two more questions, and then we can do the last segment. I can tell that you are molding his story, right? When you ask him the questions on Instagram, your name and the things you want.
Mhm.
How did you like? When did you become conscious of that you are actually molding his story now? As whenever you started that, but how are you conscious of that? His story is very, very important to
So,
his.
from the outside looking in, a lot of soccer pages with kids, you see their skills. And though Micah has those skills, I know what he's like at home and outside of it. And I wanted the world to see that. And with posting everything, I try to be very intentional to show him as a dynamic player and a person outside of just soccer. Because a lot of things I've learned from the coaches, like coaches don't care about talent after a while if a player doesn't have the right attitude, if the player isn't serious, if you don't have the character traits that make your talent valuable. Talent can only get you so far. So I am very intentional with crafting Micah's story and just branding him as a person, first an athlete, but as a person overall. I wanted to show what he worked so hard on, because I don't know too many 8-year-olds who at night, like, he gets upset if I don't have time to say a prayer with him. Like, he will cry, like, he gets so upset. He wants, like, we have this thing we call low stimulation, right, after a certain time. So he'll say, "God, girls, low stimulation, quiet. It's like it's bedtime now." He'll call me, mommy, this and that. We'll say our prayers, and he's like, "Okay, what am I gonna visualize to take into my subconscious?" Like the way he talks, one of my girlfriends, I was like, "What did he just say?" So I want the world to see a little bit of that, and that's why I post some of the things I do. And obviously, I don't want to also overdo it to where it seems like I'm forcing anything on him, because, like I said, if I'm not there journaling with him now, it's a problem. If I'm not there while he's saying his affirmations, it's a problem. That's who he chooses to be. I want to say it's not my fault, because it is my fault, but it's a great fault that he is who he is in the way he thinks, right? So now that he's into that, I'm going to cater to that, and I'm just going to help him along. But I'm not just going to show, hey, Michael scored. I also want to show what Mike is doing before the games, after the games, his preps, nutrition, like how he thinks and things like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great answer. That's amazing.
Um,
Any value that you want to give to other soccer moms, other sports moms? This is my last question of this Meet the Parents segment. Any jewels that you want to give, value that you want to give, please tell the soccer moms above you and the soccer moms that's coming right behind you.
Well, if it's one thing I can say, just as an experience with other soccer moms around, just let your player have fun. Follow them. Don't let them follow you. If they wake up one day and they say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, find something else. Don't make it your dream. Because I think a lot of times soccer moms get so caught up in what they've started, and soccer is not a cheap sport. So they feel like they've invested so much. So how dare their kid not come out there and be passionate, I have a fellow soccer mom, their kid is loving track now. They started soccer with Micah. That's one of his best friends. He decided it's not for me. And sometimes that's tough to digest as a parent. So let them have fun. At any moment, if they are not having fun, stop soccer momming and find something else to mom. It has to be fun for them, and just continue supporting them. Because as a millennial mom, sometimes I want to step out with my girls. I want to go to dinner. I want to relax at home. I've had to cut some of that out and dedicate the time to see how far my son can go. Because at the end of the day, if you put the title on yourself as a soccer mom, you have to do the work. And that means waking up early and meal prepping. If you have multiple kids, even more challenging, but just hang in there and know that you're not the only one. We all have the same struggles. A lot of times the world don't see. They see your player and it's like, oh, hi, good, bye. Nobody's seeing your work and your dedication and your sacrifice. And sometimes you're working harder than them as far as like, facilitating everything. So just hang in there and just let them have fun along with you.
Imagine if you could watch Micah's journey from now, as he's 8 years old, all the way till he becomes the greatest soccer player to ever live. Well, you actually can. That's why we built the All Dream Sports app, so athletes can capture their full sports journey in one dedicated place and build a community. And you can subscribe to Micah's Dreamers Vault and support his journey all the way till he becomes the greatest soccer player to ever live. Press the support my dream button and join Micah's community.
We are back for the last segment. Welcome back, Micah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so this is how this is going to go. Micah, you choose whether you want to go first or you want your mom to go first. So I'll ask you questions. Go ahead. I didn't hear you.
My mom can go first.
Okay, so she's going to go first. Okay, so we'll ask your mom questions about you. It is a competition. It's a little bit of a competition, okay? So we'll see who wins. Micah's least favorite part of practice. Micah, do you know the answer to this?
Wait, what did you say?
Your least favorite part of practice.
Yeah, I know the part.
Okay.
So are we talking on the field or after or?
Okay, so both. Let's do both.
I think his least favorite part of practice is taking off his socks and shin guards because we often fight over that part.
Okay. He says no. Okay, Micah, what's the answer?
So my least favorite part of practice is when I need to pass and the other person gets to shoot the ball.
Oh.
Like for the whole time after one
Oh.
session, then we switch. But that's a very long time.
Yeah, they do have sessions where you have to be the one just passing the ball for a long
Like a little
time,
touch,
and you're
just
standing
one
there.
touch.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that Micah does to hype himself up before the game.
I feel like he'll try to trick me with something else. So I'll say when he does, when he kicks back and forth with his teammates.
Yeah. All right.
Because I get him like super
Okay. Good. One word. Okay, Micah, you think about this too. Okay. One word to describe Micah as an athlete.
Dynamic.
Discipline.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I like it. It was close. It was close.
This starts with a D.
Yeah, it started with a D. It was close. Okay.
You're very disciplined.
I'm gonna do a little bonus question, okay, on this one. If Micah could play a sport other than soccer, what sport would it be?
Track and field.
No.
Okay.
He does run track, but okay, never mind.
Okay, tell me.
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah.
That's right. You're always trying to shoot some hoops. You're right.
Okay. So all right. So now we're gonna switch. So how many did you get? One.
Jeez.
No.
Okay. One. Okay. So Micah, check it out. Okay. So Micah, check it out. If you get two, you win. Okay.
Okay.
So one thing that your mom says after a loss, all the time. This is what one thing that she says after a loss, and I know that you don't lose many. So go ahead, tell me.
Keep going. You have another game tomorrow.
Is he right?
Yeah,
yes!
but does it have to be?
That's right.
Because I said there's always another game, so I guess That
Yeah, that
counts.
counts. That counts.
This is a good one. Okay. One thing that mom never forgets to pack going to the game.
My ball?
Nope. I don't even worry about your ball.
Wait.
Water. You lost. Nope. Got that wrong.
I was about to say water and run into trip.
We are at 1-1. Okay, we are at 1-1. And okay, so this one I know you were right there when I asked the question, but I want to you're gonna get it. The team that Micah would play for on the national level. Which team would he want to play for on a national level? His home roots, Ghana or the United States?
For Micah? For Micah?
Yeah.
U.S. national team?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. I won.
Micah, what is your mom's favorite snack?
Snack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her favorite snack.
What?
Mm-hmm. My favorite snack. Let's see.
It's either the Revona cookies or the popcorn. I think it's the Revona cookies.
It's actually the popcorn, but I didn't expect you to guess that. That was actually impressive. Because you barely see me eating.
Yeah, I see you eat popcorn a lot.
Yeah.
I was gonna guess the
Okay, so which is it that?
He got it wrong. He had two options, but he chose the other one.
Okay,
yeah, but
okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Micah, I think did you win? Did you win this
He got
segment?
two already, so
Okay.
he's not worried.
Okay, all right. So Micah, closing out. Good job on the win. Anything that you want to add, and where can people find you guys?
You can find me on my Instagram and my TikTok. What is
Micah
my
Antwi.
name? Yeah, my name is Micah Antwi. It's
Okay.
Micah Antwi.
And
I manage it. That's why he doesn't know too much with it. But at Micah Antwi on both platforms.
Okay, and I'll put everything right there so people can find you. Mom, anything else that you want to add?
Thank you so much for having us. This was amazing. Micah's first podcast interview. Hopefully the first of many, and looking forward to a couple of years, maybe circle back and see where he's at. But thank you so much for showcasing him and who he is on your platform. We really, really appreciate that, and it's a wonderful. I looked into it. It's wonderful what you're doing in the sports world. Keep it going.
Thank you so much. Peace, Micah, and I'll see you soon, man. I'm gonna have to get you on again.
Yes,
sir.
Ready?
Peace, man.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you for watching the All Dream Sports Podcast. We would love to hear your story and possibly have you on the podcast. The We All Have Dreams segment with the athletes and the Meet the Parents segment with the parents. And then also, Do You Know segment. Do you know your child athlete? And child athlete, do you know your parent? Let's find out. If you're interested, please send us an email, team@alldreamsports.com. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.